Good day, Technologians. As all of us may know, an important event is fast approaching, and that is the Supreme Student Government Elections. Every vote counts and every information matters. So to better know our future leaders, the Technologian brings you the head-to-head with the SSG Standard Bearers 2021. With us today, we have the presidential candidate from Students in Action for Values and Empowerment, or more commonly known as SAVE. We have Trixia Ella Marie Duazo. Trixia Ella Marie Duazo is a third-year civil engineering student from the College of Engineering and Architecture and has been a Technologian for 5 years. She is active in various programs and different projects that benefited the local community. She won twice and served the Technologian community as an SSG CE representative. She was recognized as one of the outstanding legislators for the 35th Congress. Aside from that, she is the current Assistant Secretary of American Concrete Institute of Philippines CITU Student Chapter. Moreover, she is affiliated with the Seed4Com, Green Bank PH, and EcoBricks PH. She participated in multiple projects for COVID-19 relief, such as being a delegate of Quarantine Model UN. She and her team conducted donation drives for Alaska, Mambaling, and Suba that helped over 300 families within those lockdown areas. She spearheaded the Cuarta and Basura project, which is in partnership with Green Bank PH. Because of this, she was featured in GMA Regional TV Live for an interview about the said project for Global Recycling Day. Running for the SSG President under the red banner of SAVE, Trixia Ella Marie Duazo. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm more than ready.
Okay. So for your first question,
this is actually my third election. I run as a CE representative for the past 2 years in the SSG. And with that being said, I've seen the struggles of all the students in the remote learning we are experiencing right now. The quarantine has provided different struggles and challenges to the students, especially with communicating and bridging the gaps within the learning system. So with that being said, I want to bring new platforms to the students that would help them with their learning and also with their welfare as individuals. So that's the reason why I decided to run as the SSG President under the banner of SAVE Party. Just like what I've said earlier, I've seen struggles with the students, especially in communication and awareness. So with that being said, if the students are not really aware with what's happening with the institution, it would bring problems with communication or connection within the students. That is why it is very important to establish a concrete system of connection or communication within them. So if that is established within the institution, it will bring change and honing to the students, especially in their learning system, or not learning system, but rather in their mode of learning. So that is why it is very important for the institution to bring this. So in SAVE, we envision a values-driven, competent, and with individuals that bring excellent initiatives to the community. So we don't just recognize ourselves as a political party, but we want to be an organization that would help the students or individuals, not just only inside the institution, but also outside the community. So with that being said, SAVE has helped different individuals, and we practice, or we brought different initiatives from upcycling drive, from different initiatives in helping the students, like providing tuition and load subsidy. So with that, we don't just want to be recognized as a political party that is active only during the elections, but also we want to help the students or all the individuals in the community to be recognized all year around without compromising the 3 pillars of our organization, which is integrity, character, and excellence. So in SAVE, we prepared platforms that would bring growth to the students. So we prepared platform of awareness, transparency, connection, and honing. These platforms are the platforms from the representatives, and each of their platforms are targeted or aims to hit that specific aspect of patch or our platforms otherwise. So with that being said, those platforms aims to help the students, especially in building connection, in spreading awareness with what's happening in this institution. And aside from that, we aim to develop the skills and abilities of each technologian despite the new normal. To be a leader is not just someone who leads a cause, but also encourages. As our branding goes, auhag, gusto ko mo-auhag sa mga students to bring change despite the struggles that we encounter in this new normal. So as running president, this is the highest position of the Supreme Student Government. So I believe this position would help the students in finding the solutions on what is supposed to be fixed. This position would help them be aware on what needs to be addressed within their departments or certain colleges. So a leader does not only lead, but also we want to bring direction to the constituents, especially in this institution. So the main purpose of the SSG is not only be the voice of the students, but also to be the bridge between the students and the administration. So with that being said, our role in the SSG is to deliver the concerns or address the concerns to the proper offices within the administration. It goes hand in hand with extensive communication with the administration or the different offices in the university, and also lobbying what are the alternatives or the solutions provided by the admin to the students so that they would come together and meet halfway. If I were to rate last year's term, I would give it a solid 8. No administration is perfect, and I am also part of the previous administrations, last 2 administrations to be specific. So if I were to be elected, I would bring change or improve it by bringing our platforms to the institution. With that being said, I really believe that our platforms would really patch the gaps within the system, and it is very important for us to consider that we have to communicate well in order to deliver those platforms well. So I was recently featured in GMA Regional 7 for Kwarta sa Basura project, and I am the student coordinator under Seed for Com. So I believe the pandemic has brought drastic changes, especially with the waste that it is producing, especially with the amount of face masks, face shields, and other microplastics that it has brought to us right now. So with that being said, I really believe that it is very important for us to make cash from trash, and we don't just want the university to excel in academic excellence, but also we want the university or the institution to be involved into community involvement or community extension programs that would help in promoting sustainable livelihood to the individuals, especially in the communities that are affiliated with our organization. So I think that would be my answer for that question. If I were to be elected as SSG President of this term, I would first bring the platforms, especially from our departments. I would encourage our representatives to fully implement them because I really believe that those platforms would supplement to the changes that the students are experiencing right now. And I believe those platforms, or otherwise known as platforms for awareness, transparency, connection and honing, those things would really bring change. And aside from that, we in SAVE also prepared specific action plans. To mention a few, we want to provide load subsidies and additional SSG scholarship beneficiaries because I believe that the pandemic has really brought drastic changes but also crippled the economy in some way, and many students, especially their families, were having troubles in financially sustaining their tuition fees. So in SSG, we don't just want to help, especially in the academics, but we also want to go beyond that. So we want to provide load subsidies to them, and we want to add SSG beneficiaries so that this would help them in their learning and continuing as students in this institution. I don't really see that as an issue because when you go inside the SSG, it has no colors anymore. There is no SAVE, there is no United, it is only the SSG. And the goal of the SSG is to bring change to the students through the platforms that we are aiming for. So with that, I don't really see that as an issue. So, hello Technologians, this is Trixia Ella Marie Duazo, your running president under SAVE Party. So I really encourage you to know your leaders well, and we have to exercise our right to suffrage. I think that will be all for me. Thank you.